Be with you in a minute. Oop. Give me a second here. I just got to do something. I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm working on my butterflies, yes. We're trying to. Da, 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 da. Hi, Mary Jane. Hi, Brenda. Okay, Brenda Foley, Agnes, Deb. Guess who, Nancy? Mary Jane. Okay, hope everybody can hear me. I'm still trying to figure out what I've been forgetting. Can everybody hear me? Just give me a second here. Just have to change some settings here. Okay, I think I got that now. There we go. Just forgot to change something in there. What's everybody working on today? Okay, just 1 second here. Again, I'm trying to play around here. Okay, now I think I got it. Alrighty. Hi, Gladys. I'm just playing today. I'm working on some butterflies. And I forgot to turn the subscriber mode on, so that's what I was doing. Keep forgetting things. Anyway, if I'm looking stupid, it's because I'm looking at everything around me. Yeah, I just thought I'd come on and do a bit of sewing and a bit of chatting. And I think I'm going to move this over here. So there we go. Check some other things. Okay, I think I'm all set up now. At least I hope I am. Hope everything goes well. Change this so I can see it a bit better. I wonder why that's doing that. Anyway, enough trying to play with the settings. As long as you can hear me and see everything. How are you feeling, Deb? I just had my blood work done this afternoon, so I won't know what the results are for a while. Okay. Move that over. There we go. Okay. Oh, hi, June. How you doing? Brenda said, oh, guess who, Nancy? She's resting today. Terry had testing done today. Now it's the hurry up and waiting game. Oh, no. I know what that's like. Best wishes for Terry as well. Brenda started the motor blockheads. And you pulled your fabric for the project Dress-A-Girl. Yeah, I know Donna from Handmade by Ying is doing those. I've been watching some of her videos, and I could probably make some, but the shipping to the US is just way too much for me. And now, let's see. Keep talking, Shirley. Alrighty, now remember in my last live video, I had announced that I'm doing a giveaway for $50 gift certificate for anyone who is commenting in the chat. And I write down your names and put them in on a spreadsheet. So anyone who pops in and says hello, if they're subscribed, they will be entered into the giveaway. Oh, hi Agnes. Alrighty. So, and I'll be drawing for that. I was going to draw it on November the 4th, but I'm not going to be here on November the 4th. I'm going to be away. Yeah, June, that's the quilt that I'm working on. It's butterflies that I had made. They're all FPP. Deb, you just got home from seeing the cardiologist. He's pleased with your progress. Great. I know you were in the hospital, and I think you had some stents put in, didn't you? Hi, farm wife. Okay, so all I'm going to do is if you ladies want to just sit and chat and everything, I'm going to be sewing my rows together. And I keep going to the wrong spot. There we go. And we'll do a quick check. Yes, Deb, 3 stents. Okay. Now we're just going to do a check here. I'm going to make sure that the cameras are all working. So I'm going to check. There we are. Good. You can see that okay. And so now I will check the other camera, which is the sewing machine. There we go. You can see that. Okay. Okay, great. Just in case I need to, go to the camera if anybody wants to see it. Okay, where am I here again? Okay. There we are. I'm back. Great. So you guys can just chit chat away, and if I'm sewing, and I'll try to keep up with everything. And I do have the first top 2 rows put together, so I'm just putting them together in rows of 2. And then I'll sew them all together. Each one of the blocks is going to be 5 inches, and so that'll give me finished 35 inches across, and I've done let's see, seven squares across and 7 squares down, so it'll be a square quilt. Okay, so I'm just going to take my 2 rows and I'm just going to be sewing them up. Well, while we're sitting here chatting. Yo, Patty G, hello. So there's my butterflies up close. I had made 36 of these, and so I'm not sure. I didn't know what kind of a background I wanted to put in between, and so I just picked a gray with white polka dots. And I'm just going to sew the rows together. My seams, I've got them pressed in opposite directions, so they should nest quite nicely. Just going to put a few pins in. And then I'll sew the rows up. Thanks, June. And I don't know whether you noticed or not. You might be able to see it here. But on my butterflies, they are paper pieced, but I did press all the seams open. The pattern for the butterflies is a Liliella Stitchery pattern, and they're free butterflies. I can't remember all three names, but it is a free foundation paper piece pattern. And I think I have to take my sweater off here. Nancy Danelle. Danelle's Stitchery. Hi, Danelle. Rita. Oh, nice to see you. Yes, I think I'm going to put a borders on. I haven't decided yet. I'm kind of a different kind of quilter. I work on blocks and then I put blocks together. I don't really start out with a pattern. I just wing it. So that's my plan of attack here, is to put them all together and sew them together, and hopefully I can keep working on it. If I'm not decided what I'm going to do, like with borders, and I still don't know what kind of a backing I can put on it yet. I don't have a huge stash of fabrics in the 100% cottons and that. So I might use some kind of a lure or something that I have in my stash. I finished up my daughter's quilt that I was working on. And again, I'm going to remind you, if you are watching, and if you just pop in and say hi, and remember, you will be entered into the giveaway that I'm doing for my 1,000 subscribers. And that's for anyone who is subscribed to the channel and comments in the chat, so I can record your name down on my spreadsheet. Nancy, yeah, that's me. I don't have enough fabrics to just go ahead and make a pattern. I don't really work with patterns, but mainly because right now I just can't afford to buy all the fabrics that are needed for the pattern. I'm just giving my blocks press with a little tiny bit of steam, because some of the edges on my butterflies are bias seams, and so I'm just sort of steaming them back into place before I go and sew them. Okay, I'm going to take this to the sewing machine now, and I'll stitch it up. If I can remember where my buttons are. There we are. Like I said in my other videos too, I've told you I'm not a fast sewer. Very slow. I'm using a 1/4-inch foot that has a little metal guide on it. And if someone can just tell me if my sewing machine's too loud. Make sure those seams are nested. If you have any questions, just pop them in the chat and I'll try to answer them. I'm trying to set up my camera in the living room where I do all my knitting, and maybe just some night come on and chit chat. And right now my time is 4:38 p.m. And I know most of my subscribers are in the US and in all parts of the country. So time may be a little bit different. And when I'm done this, I'm going to press my seams, and I don't know which way I'm going to press them. I think I pressed them to one side. These ones I pressed to one side. Hope I'm not boring you. Oh, Rita, actually, I have, for the sewing machine, oh wait, just 1 second, Rita. P, is it Spielmaker? Welcome. And Rita, oh, thank you, Rita. Anyway, I'm working in Streamlabs desktop. That's how I switch the cameras and everything. And for the sewing machine, you can see a bit of flickering, and that camera is my old cell phone. The one above, I'll just switch back and forth so you can see. Oh, actually, my last name is Heinemann, so yeah, my last name is Heinemann, so I've got the H-E-I. So I'm going to switch cameras here and I'll just show you. Okay, I'll go back to the desk. The desk is a webcam, and the webcam, just give me a second. The webcam, when I open it up, I can zoom in and zoom out. My camera is at the, now did I zoom out enough? I think I had it at about there. The webcam does my desk. My old cell phone does the sewing machine. And then the camera that you see me on, I just have to take away the sewing machine. Whoops, there's a black screen. Don't worry. That's just me playing. Oh. Whoops. There's another picture. Oh no. Okay. I'm here. Anyway, the camera that is you see me on right now, it's my laptop camera. I work from a Mac. And of course, the the other camera is my cell phone that I use. And it is just it's facing over this way, so just in case I need to record something here. And I can zoom in on my both cameras, but to zoom in on this view, I have to get up and zoom in from my camera. Hope that answers your question. So now I'll go back to where I was. Whoops, and we'll go back to this one. There. And now we'll do this and this and there. Now I'm back at the sewing machine. Hope that wasn't too confusing. I've learned everything. I've learned everything, including quilting, from just playing around. I just keep playing around and everything, and hopefully I get the results I want. My daughter helps me somewhat if I have any issues or whatever, but I'm just going to check the chat here. When I, oh, I'm sure you will. When I started, I was watching YouTube videos. The only problem was that I couldn't see what they were doing, and I wanted to see everything. So when I started my YouTube channel, I wanted to be able to show exactly what I was doing and up close. This view right here with the sewing machine is a little bit blurry because it's on my old cell phone, but I do have Zoom and everything, and I have done some Zoom private get-togethers. Yeah, I have background in garment sewing. I was a stretch and sew. I'm dating myself. Oops, just give me a sec. There we go. I used to make garments because I'm small and I can't find clothes to fit me properly. So I made my own clothes and I became a stretch and sew instructor and um, a stretch and sew instructor and taught sewing classes out of the store when they were still here. I also had my own little fabric store and taught taught classes from my home. And what else? I don't sew for anybody else. That's a disaster, sewing for other people. It's never quite right. I'm just setting my seams as I go along. Good, thanks, Rita. Yeah, I could see from a distance and everything, but I wanted to see up close exactly where things were when I was learning. I find quilting is a bit more precise than a lot more precise than garment making. And I've done everything from suits to swimwear, activewear. I've worked with all types of fabrics. I've also sewn leather. Oh, thank you, Guess Who, Nancy. And if you anytime you want to see anything close up or whatever, and just let me know and I'll try to zoom in. And as I told you in a lot of my lives, I do not talk to people for days. So that's why my voice is always a bit scratchy. Gets a little better once I start talking a bit, but and I've got tons and tons of things I have to finish up, so I'll probably pop on live. And it's like, yeah, I know how to um, give me a minute. I know how to set up the cameras and everything, but do you think I can figure out how to schedule a live stream? It's just like, what am I doing wrong? I'm just going to press my seams up towards there. I'm not using starch. When I pre-wash all my fabrics when I get them. It's just something that I've done just from my garment sewing. Um, Pre-wash them all, and then I give them a press, or if I'm going to be using some of it, if I'm going to be using the fabric, I will starch it, and I do use the liquid spray starch, Stay Flow, and I mix it with water, and I mix it about 1/3 starch to about 2/3 water. What I'm using in to just wet the seams, as you saw me doing with this little water brush, it has actually it's Where is it? Oh, here it is. It's called uh, Acorn Precision Piecing Products, and it's an easy press fabric treatment. And it's really not a starch, I don't think, but it does make the seams lay very flat. And I do mix it. I add a little bit of water, and I would say maybe 75% of the solution with 25% water, because I find sometimes it feels kind of gluey when I put it on, but it's not. And it washes out. And I just put it from my mixture bottle and I just put it into a water brush. There is a pen. This is the pen that you're supposed to use with it, and has a felt nib on it. The only thing is I found that when I was pressing, like say a bias seam, oh, that's not too bad, but it's giving me a little more moisture, and you can see how it changed color there. But it gave me a little more moisture than what I needed, and that's why I put it into the water brush. And when I brushed it on, I just squeeze it so it comes down into the brush area, and it just dampens it. It also saves on product. That this is way too moist for me. But it really does make the seams nice and flat. And I use it on most of my seams. Sometimes I forget to put it on, but I can usually tell if I haven't used it. Okay, we're gonna, oh, hi Kelly. From Kelly's Cruises, Crafts, and Quilts. She has a channel as well. You could check her out. And I know at this point right now, I don't have any specified moderators other than Kim Burris. And I'm looking for a moderator that can share links and share channels. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Rita says, you are a perfectionist. Looks so nice. That I am. Like I said in a lot of my videos, I wish I wasn't a perfectionist, but I am. Some ways it's good, and some ways it's not. I've gotten criticized for being too picky. So I let that just roll off my back and warn everybody right in the beginning that if they don't like slow, and I wouldn't say perfect, I say accurate. Then if they're not into that, then they can go watch someone else. I find because I have fibromyalgia, I work slowly. Sometimes I can be in the middle of a seam and I can actually stop sewing, just right in the middle of the seam and go and sit in the other room and do my knitting. Okay, we got another two rows put together. Oh, Rita, the thing is, it's um, uh, sorry about that. Um, being a perfectionist is it's a struggle because it's just something that you know you have to do it. It's like if not, I'll go to bed at night, and if I know if something isn't matching up, oh, I got to get up and make it match. Because I sew slow, and I try to cut as accurate as possible and everything. If I do, I don't have as many uh, things to rip out. Because I've done it. Sewing seams wrong backwards, and it can be very hard on me emotionally because I just get so upset if something doesn't match up. And in that last row, there was one section that didn't line up, but I'm not going to worry about it. Thank you, Kelly. Oh, thanks, Rita. I appreciate that. It's a lot better than someone having to tell me, "Oh, you're too picky." And yes, I am picky. Let's face it. And I like to pin. Most times it's because, like, sometimes if I'm not sewing for a while, I'll be a bit shaky and everything. So, the fibromyalgia affects my legs. So, um, it's uh, not so much my hands and my arms, but my legs. And I do have to get up every once in a while and stand up and walk around. And usually my phone tells me. Okay, P is it Spielmaker. What is your first name, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, uh, Kelly says Kelly says your butterfly quilt is beautiful. Thank you. Um, yeah, Kelly, you should. And just do it. I've never done that. Uh, I may need to someday if my sewing machine breaks down and I can't uh, sew. I could always do some quilting by hand. That's something I've never done. I'm just going to press these in case there's any little wobbling in them before I go and sew it. Now, who am I missing? Anybody? Yeah, that's what I find too, Kelly, like getting into a rhythm. Um, I find that as I get going, if I'm just starting out in the morning and I start to sew or whatever, I I start out a little wobbly and slow and everything, and then as I get working on it, I get a little faster. I did sew binding on by hand once, or I stitched it on by machine, and then I did the hand binding or bound it, stitched it to the back. But that was once. Oh, good. That sounds great, Kelly. Next Friday? So, how many others do hand quilting? I do my quilting. I use my sewing machine, and I either do, I wouldn't call it free motion quilting because I can't seem to get the hang of free motion. So I draw my lines on the quilt and then I quilt them on my machine. I also have a program that I can program in because my machine is an embroidery machine. I can program my quilting into the machine and it will do it for me, and it's in the hoop, edge to edge. Okay, now I'm ready to stitch this up again. Yep. I was just looking to see if I uh, have any more comments here. Brenda did enough hand quilting and to know I don't care for it. Yeah. Okay, June, you like the free motion and stitch your binding down? Yeah, I do all my bindings now by stitching everything with the machine. I guess I could put something in the camera here. Um, Ann Thomas is here. You're from Wales in the UK and you enjoyed watching. Where did you get the butterfly pattern? Um, the butterfly pattern is from Liliella Stitchery, and there's 3 different butterflies. And one is Pepper, one is Gidget, and I can't remember the other one. These are the 3 different kinds. There's one of, okay, show you these 3, but I don't know which one's which, but Cricket, that's the other one. But one's Cricket, one's, so I remembered that one. Now I forgot the others. Anyway, there's 3 different styles, and it's a free pattern. It's all foundation paper pieced. And if I can, I will put a link. I put a link. I will put a link in the description below the video. I'm still not into doing that really great, but I think I can do it. Now, Nancy guess who Nancy asked what kind of a sewing machine I have. I have a Pfaff Creative 4.5. It's an embroidery machine and just a regular machine. And it has tons of stitches and everything. I don't know whether I can't switch my camera there, but I will show it to you. But it's a Creative 4.5 Pfaff. And Anne Thomas, you're from Wales in the UK, and my ancestry comes from Wales, and the last name is Gwilliam, Gwilliam. And there's a long story to that. My grandfather, was it no, or either my great grandfather. Anyway, his wife was Mary Jane, and his first son they had together was named Thomas. His first wife died. He remarried, and he married another Mary Jane, and they named their first son Thomas. So it's a little bit of a mix-up there. So it's kind of hard to find my ancestry, but I know I have Welsh ancestors. Okay, here we go. We're going to just switch back to the sewing machine. I think I might just stop and read chat. Yes, Brenda, I will. Just give me a second here. I'm going to try and find it for you. Where did I put it? I have them right here. Give me a sec. I'll just change back. Okay, it's called Cricket, Pepper, and Gidget. So that is the FPP patterns. They're 5.5 inches after piecing, and it's LYLLYELLA stitchery. I will find the link to it after the live is done, and I'll put it in the description below. Yes, guess who Nancy? Sandra Kay did them too. Okay, I'm just going to stop and read the chat here for a second. Anne is fairly new to quilting and enjoy it so far. Yeah, it's not popular here in the UK. There is one lady that does quilting. Her name is she does a lot of slow stitching and things like that, and her name is Sylvia Back, and she's in the UK. Brenda, spelling of the pattern seems Ian, the off quilter crafter, posted it. Okay, and guess who Nancy asked to do edge to edge? Do you get the design from online or do you design them yourself? Um, I just have to switch my phone off for a second. For some reason, it's overheating. Um, I have a program that I can design my own. Purchasing for me is difficult because I am on a very limited budget. So I try to design my own and I use a magnetic hoop, which really works well for me. Yes, Brenda Foley, Liliella. Hope I answered your question. Deb Somerville, have to leave. Have a great evening. We will, and you too, Deb, and take care of yourself. Debbie Shore sells quilting fabric. I watch her sometimes. She comes on early in the mornings, I think. Doesn't she, Brenda? Yeah, and because I'm in Canada, the price of fabrics here is just it's ridiculous. Just really ridiculous. And Kelly says lots of racket going on outside. Neighbors are getting a load of topsoil. Oh, Kelly, you're lucky. I've got construction right out my back door. They're building condos in the lot next to me. And I thought they were, well, actually today, just as I came on and everything, they were moving their machines around. And I thought, oh no, it's going to be quite noisy, but they stopped. Yes, Rita, I will demo it. I did, I think on one of my lives I did uh, demonstrate it. It's actually quite easy. The quilt I did was a my first real one. I've played with uh, some smaller designs, and I did a California King. I think it's on some of my pictures. I've showed it. It was a dragon quilt for my son-in-law, and it was a California King, and I did uh, do the edge to edge quilting with the embroidery machine. And I've done some of my quilts have sold, and some of them I've given away. And but yes, I'll demonstrate it. Actually, I've got quite a few quilts that I'm going to be doing on the machine, and I can pop in and show everybody how it's done and how I go about doing it. Like I said, I'm not one to do free motion quilting with my hands, so I think I've missed. Oh yes, 6 a.m. Brenda's time. She comes on at 6 a.m. my time before. Yeah, yeah. She's in the UK as well. Hi, Donna. Donna, I'm going to say Ricky. Glad to see you too. Um, yeah, if you have an embroidery machine, Rita, it it's I only work in a small space the size of the hoop, and I don't use the hoops where you hoop it like you would embroidery. The hoop I use is a magnetic hoop, and everything lays flat, and the edges of your quilt aren't going over the edges of that hoop. so everything stays flat, and it's not hard at all. Gladys, I can make you a moderator. I can put links in next time. You're okay. Just give me 1 second, and I'm going to do that right away, Gladys. Um, okay, now Gladys, you should be able to type something in, and you should be a moderator now. Um, Rita asked, so would I need to get a magnetic hoop? When you see it done, um, I wouldn't get one right away, but there's Gladys. She's now a moderator. So Rita, getting back to that, I'll try and do a live soon, and I'll explain more why I like the magnetic hoop. They are expensive, I can tell you that much. And I did spend a lot of time researching before I decided to buy it. Mine is very a small hoop, but I do have not weird that you get sewing and everything, and you don't know what size you need or anything. But the magnetic hoop just makes it so much easier. Just give me a second and I'll show you. Just grab my hoops. I'll be right there. I'm just grabbing stuff. It's with all my stuff. Okay, so the largest snap hoop like this, it comes apart in two pieces. It is 360 by 200. And that's quite a large space. About 13, 14 inches long. And okay, that's, and about, I'd say 9 inches across this way. My magnetic hoop is 240 by 150. And so my space that I can quilt in is about, let's see if I line that up on one. It's only about, say, 11 inches by, I'd say 6 inches, no, 6.5, 6 inches, because it's, that's the size I can make without having to split the design. Yeah, and the thing is, like, when you're hooping for embroidery, when you open up your hoop and when you're putting your fabric in, of course, what's happening is it's going underneath and then it's coming up and then going over. And that's where the magnetic hoop doesn't, you don't have those ripples on each side. Your quilt just stays really, really flat. And that's one of the advantages. There are hoops out there that are two-piece system that you have your main hoop like this. And just let me grab a piece of fabric. So with the magnetic hoop, and of course it goes in the machine this way, move this back a bit, goes in this way, and then all you do is lay your piece of fabric on. This one isn't wide enough, but I'll just demonstrate. You would put your quilt in, and then it goes over top and everything. And I bunch the fabric up. But with this, you lay your fabric down, and the two-piece system, it snaps down on top of it. That's exactly the same shape. But mine has magnets that sit on it like this. So everything is nice and flat, and you're not stretching everything over. So it doesn't stretch out and make bubbles or puckers underneath. And I use a basting spray and sometimes pins. So that's basically the magnetic hoop. And I don't roll my quilts. I let them bunch up. So I'll take this off right now. And these magnets are strong. The advantage to using these is that you're able to straighten everything out. If you put the other magnetic thing on, it snaps it down, and then you're pulling and trying to straighten everything out, where with the magnets you only work in a small area and it doesn't wiggle out of place. Oh, sorry, Kelly, I didn't see. You have to go. Bye, Kelly. And yes, yay, Gladys is the moderator. Yeah, Rita, it's once you try it, and if your machine is capable of doing embroidery, and mine uses a USB, and then I can also attach my computer to my sewing machine, and then my design comes up on my computer, and then I send it to the machine. It doesn't work all the time. Sometimes I have to figure out what I forgot to do before I send it to the machine. But yeah, and if you give me just 1 second, I'll show you some of the things I've done. Just 1 second. Okay, I have some examples here of what I've done in the hoop. And oh, this one might be kind of hard to see, but let me just try a zoom in. It's kind of hard to see, but just let me try and zoom in. Nancy, guess who Nancy wants to know what kind of a program to design it in. That's a very expensive one. It's because my FAF, the program now is called My Sewnet or Sewnet, and the program that I had, I bought, and at the time it was a standalone program. Now my SewNet is connected and you have to pay like $50 a month to have all the new things in it. But it's called Premier Plus 2, I think it is. But it's sometimes a little hard to, like I said, I'm really not technology advanced, but this is one you might be able, oh no, it's still not. But this one is, I'm just going to try and zoom in here so you can see it, because it's amazing what you can do. I hope that answered your question, Nancy. There's lots of free programs out there as well, but this program, I think it was around $3,000, but that's when I was not financially disabled. That was years ago that I bought it. Oh, and my mouse is upside down. That's why things aren't working. Okay, so I'm just going to try and zoom in so you can see it. That's not showing very well, but oh wait, it might. Let me just get this out of the way here. Get out of the way. So you actually can see some of it. I've used matching thread, but you can see the design on it. It's sort of a flower design. This one is probably the best one you can see. This one I did in white just so that I could see the quilting on it. And this one is just circles, but that's all done in the hoop. And this is the back of it. And you just work in rows. And when there's little tricks, you don't need to add as much on the side as you would with a long arm. But and then, you know, this one you might be able to see as well. I'll just move these off to the side. And all the quilts I'm showing you right now are all made out of scraps. This quilt right here was made out of, it's poly cotton. And it was, whoops, I guess I better zoom back out. It's poly cottons from kids' clothes when they were growing up. Now here's one that it has a, that's not showing up really well at all. And it's upside down. Sorry. Yes, June, you can. You can buy separate designs, but this program that I have, this is not showing up, but this is sort of like a flower pattern on here. And on the back, you might be able to see it. This is so hard to see. No, it's because I used matching, sort of matching thread, that it's not showing up. No, it's not. If you look on my videos, it has the dragon quilt that I made for my son-in-law is on that video. I think it's My Quilty Things or something. I think it's only about a minute long or something, but yeah, it works great. Yeah, the because my um, because my machine has a USB, you can get the USB sticks, but the only thing is, the most I think you can. Oops. Let's do this right here. Sorry if I'm messing everybody up here. I need to zoom back out. There we go. Um, the USB that works is the one that came with the machine, and it's a FAF USB, and it is only 1 gigabyte. Anything else above that, they say it doesn't work. I haven't tried anything above the 1 gigabyte. And because I store all um, my designs on my computer, then I just put in the stick, uh, transfer that to the stick, and then put that into the machine, or work right from my computer. And I work with yeah, the computer that I work with are that it's all Apple products. So, and I know there's a difference using Apple as compared to Windows, Microsoft. Oh, I think I like this. I'm chit-chatting away here. Yeah, yeah, and it works for embroidery designs as well as quilting designs. Um, you can do applique with the program. I can take a picture and make an applique out of it and then program it to do whatever satin stitch or whatever stitch I want around it. It's quite a learning experience, but the problem I find is that the instructions, you put a lot of money into a program and then you um, can't find anybody to tell you exactly how to use it. Hi, Lisa, awkward quilter. That's okay, Lisa. I'm just glad that you came in. And one thing I wanted to tell Gladys is if you would like to share um, people's channels, if they have a channel and they would like it shared, if you can just let Gladys know, and she will put your uh, YouTube channel link in. How does that sound? Gladys, are you up for that? And Gladys, you don't have to be here all the time because I just pop in whenever. When I figure out how to schedule a live that I don't have problems, I'll schedule them. And June Hanson says uh, a dealer near you would help. Yes, I have a dealer in my city, and I did take a little training on the program for the embroidery and everything. However, they had no idea. They did not give any support to me whatsoever. And it's like they need someone to be able to sit down and specifically go through everything just to be able to go into the different sections of the program, because there's I'm just looking at my computer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 6 areas that you go into to do different things. But like, I can't afford $50 a month just to have the new thing. And I had just bought this other pro or this Premier Plus, and then they came out with my Sonet or whatever. And now I think you can buy the boxed version or something, but it's for my Sonet, but I haven't even looked into it. It's like I can't afford the $50 a month just for that. But I'm very happy that I did buy it because um, I can't afford to send my quilts out to be. I guess I could do this, couldn't I? Talk to the hands, not to the face. Sorry, everyone. Um, where am I here? There we are. Um, yeah, it's there's a. Oh, you're on your phone, Gladys. That's okay. No problem. No problem. I'm gonna learn that. I promise how to do everything. Right now, it's hard for me to do one thing, talk, and it's like I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. So, but I will. If uh, if anyone wants their channel shared, just put it uh, in the chat, and I will try and find all the links and everything and put them into the chat whenever somebody comes up. If I knew how to work all the fancy things that everybody else does, then it would be fine, but I'm not there yet. Yeah, it's like so much for my sewing right now. I'm having fun. Yeah, there's so much that I've learned with watching YouTube videos and finding out all this information and everything. And some of it works, some of it doesn't. And I think oh, last time I went back through and took a list of all the names to be entered into the drawing for the gift certificate. And June says, I had the Sonet, but I haven't been embroidering for a while, so maybe I'll do some things for Christmas. What machine do you have, June? And I still think I'm going to butcher up your name here. P. Spielmaker. Do you have a first name we could call you by, or you don't have to give us your real name, just anything that starts with P, just so I don't have to keep saying your last name all the time. And yeah, I found. Thank you. You're doing a great job. I'm not so sure about that. Um, yeah, I find it hard to do two things because I live alone. I'm alone all the time. You don't talk to anybody, and then all of a sudden I'm trying to do a YouTube and I'm trying to do two things at once. Okay, Husqvarna, Viking. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So it uses the same. Um, uh, you can use the VP3 files. June. I really haven't checked to see in. I really haven't uh, checked out what other files, but I know some of my files. Oh, Pamela. Great. Thanks, Pamela. Um, I know there are some other files that I think will work um, on my FAV. It's just I've been able to find the VP3 files for it. So yeah, it's tough when you get older and there's all this technology and everything. It's just ridiculous that I'm old and I can't keep up with everything. And when they do an update on the phones and everything, and I have an Apple Watch and an Apple phone, um, an Apple computer, and an Apple iPad, or not iPad, Apple laptop, and it's like when one of them does an update, and then my watch won't work until I do the update for that. So it gets me quite confused. Okay, so how long have we been on here? I don't even know. I know there's a place to check, but haven't figured that out. So, oh, just give me a second. I can tell you. An hour and 20 minutes. This has been great, everyone. Oh, no problem, Rita. Oh, okay. Oh, Lisa. Yeah, it's tough to keep track of all the technology. And it's like simple things that you want to do. When I first started, um, I'm going to date myself, but I don't know anybody. Do you remember the Commodore 64? Well, I've really dated myself now. So I took a course, and at that time they had very little like programs, and what it was like, my husband used to um, my husband used to play radar rats all the time and play with the kids. So I decided, no, I want to use this computer for things other than playing games. So when I took the course and I found out, okay, you have to tell that computer you want it to come up with this end result. But what you have to do is you have to start out at the beginning, and then what you do is you tell it, okay, do this, and then you tell it to do that, and then this and this and this and this. And if you miss one of those steps, it just totally screws up the whole thing. So um, I've figured out after taking that course, it's no wonder my kids couldn't follow my directions, was because when I told them to do something, I didn't tell them to stand or get up out of the chair, walk over to the fridge, open the door, take out the milk with your hand, close the fridge door, walk back over to the table, pour yourself a glass of milk. It was like there were so many different steps. I just couldn't, I was telling them, go get yourself a glass of milk. And it's like, okay, the steps to get that glass of milk were, you have to tell it every single step. And that's what I learned about computers, that unless especially when you're programming, you have to tell it every stupid thing. Hi, Shannon. Great to see you. I'm going to be getting off shortly, but I'm glad you stopped in. Lisa, um, I never, I don't even know whether I got that far on that. It was just like, all I know is that it was no wonder my kids weren't following my instructions, because I didn't tell them the exact things to do. But anyway, I kind of chatted and didn't get much sewing done, but that's okay. And we've been on for quite a while. And how are you doing, Shannon? I watched you with Stephanie the other day. Was that yesterday? It's the fibro brain fog. Auditory memory deficit. Yeah, I have a nephew who is he's severely mentally disabled, and he doesn't even really speak or anything. And so I know there's a lot of things like you can tell him to do things, but um, he knows where the cookies are, and he knows where a lot of things are that he can take you right to what he wants. But yeah, it's like sometimes I think it was easier going back to those days. Oh, it was yesterday. See, I'm not as out to lunch as what I thought. And it's like everybody says, why do you make quilts out of 100% cotton? And I use anything. I use 100% cotton. I've made denim quilts. I've made corduroy, used corduroy with quilts and everything. And it's like, well, back then that's all they had. They didn't have polyester. So they didn't make quilts out of them. And that's sort of basically, I would imagine if the Native Americans and the natives, when they make things, they would have made them out of cowhides. And the thing is, they used beads where we had cottons, and that's why they make them out of cottons. I have a quilt that's 20, 30, 30 years old, and it's falling apart. The thread's still fine because I used polyester thread, but the cotton has started to deteriorate. But yes. Anyway, it is approximately 5:49 p.m. here, and I should go get myself some dinner and let you ladies go back to whatever you were doing. I've really enjoyed the chat, and I hope I can do this again sometime. I just thought today I'll pop in because I was out getting my blood work done, so I had to actually do something with my hair and look half decent. So I figured while I'm looking better than I normally do, I should pop on and do a live. And I will finish my butterflies. I'll probably go and knit after I have my dinner. And so we'll say goodbye to everyone. And thanks. And when I figure out how to do schedule a live so everybody can see, or everybody knows when I'm coming on. So if I do schedule a live and it doesn't work, just give me a minute and I'll try to figure things out, and I'll be on. So thanks everyone for coming. I appreciate it. And don't forget, if you're lurking in the background on the next live, when you pop in, make sure that you pop in and just say hello, and I will enter your name for the $50 gift certificate to Amazon or wherever for my for my 1,000 subscribers. And that's one thing I can't do is mail anything out because postage to wherever is too much. So $50 gift certificate is yeah, Shannon. So a $50 gift certificate is what I came up with, that at least anyone with Amazon or any place that I can do an e-transfer or something like that, that I will do that, because I know there's lots of you who are not in the, like some of my subscribers are in the UK and other places. So Shannon, no, you messed up so many lives. No, that's not messing up. It's called practice and learning, and I don't mind that. I can't remember from one thing one thing to the other, like one live to the other live. Gee, did I say that? But anyway, it's time to go. I could ramble on here for the rest of the night, but I must go, and I'm going to let you ladies go. So we'll talk to you all next time. Bye-bye. And yes, now I have to find a way to turn this off.